Hello everyone and welcome back to this series on V Rising, Gloomrot. And we are back with a few additional things. I did use up all the worker blood that we got in the last episode. And with that I did farm up quite a bit of copper and still cooking some up here. I went back to the copper mines and I got 2 new books here. That's a really good place to farm up recipes because there's a lot of spots for chests to spawn. I was able to get the assortment of windows, which is cosmetics, and I was able to also get the Merciless Night Stalker leggings. So we can learn these 2 things. So I actually can craft these 2 pieces here and probably upgrade the ring. I think I can make this ring. There is a prerequisite ring. So let's see what we can make. Yeah, this requires the Gravedigger ring, so we can't make this one yet. That requires us defeating a boss, which is coming up pretty soon. But what I wanted to do though was to craft a few things like the sword, the axe, and probably the crossbow. And we should have some more copper. So once you get your copper from the mines, you can definitely start upgrading your weapons. And I also wanted to make the cloak. So the cloak gives us a little bit more health and some resistance to the sun. So we can spend more time in the sun without, getting burned. Alright, so we have our cloak queued up, we have our sword and our axe. We need these for farming stuff, so these are all your farming tools, even though I used the mace as a weapon as well. I'm not going to repair these things because sometimes you get enough progression to where you can replace them with new weapons before you have to repair them. So I'd probably wait till they get really low in durability before you repair them, because there's a pretty good chance you'll probably wind up replacing it. And we probably can continue upgrading these 2 pieces as well. Well, the legs and then the gloves, which that'll put us pretty close to 30, I believe. Let's see. 29. Okay. We're at 29. So in this episode, we're going to look at our V-Blood tracker here. And gear level's 29, so we definitely can kill these 2 guys. This guy's really close by. He's in the armory, which we did pass by earlier. And these guys we were also able to get close to and killing them. These guys are still a little bit out of reach, but we'll take a look at them soon. So right now we'll focus on these 2. He is... So Gorswine travels between the desecrated cemetery here and the infested graveyard here. So his whole path takes you between those 2. So we'll have to look at the tracker for him. But first what we're going to do is we're going to actually go here, which is the armory. And this boss is a step up in difficulty from the previous 2 bosses. But we are above his level. So what we're going to do is we'll track him. He gives us the workshop floors, which is nice. And he also gives us some other things, but the whetstones are also really nice. Actually, we'll track him now, but before we do that, I wanted to upgrade the Castle Heart, because that's the next part of the quest. So let's get some leather. I think the leather is in here. There we go. I think that's all we need. Yep. Okay, so let's actually, before we actually kill any bosses, let's go ahead and finish this up, which will actually lead us into building the castle. So we need to complete a room. This is going to require the grinder. So let's get the grinder going. Refinement, grinder, planks and whetstones. We might have some whetstones. One last spot. No, we don't have any. So we'll have to go to the armory and take care of that, which is fine. So we'll do that. go kill Grayson, and then we'll be able to complete this quest here. Okay, so we're going to go here, where this marker is, just very close. This is the bandit armory, and this is where Grayson is. I think he's actually in this room, this little box. Yeah, I think, let me just confirm that by the V-blood. Yeah, so it's pointing right to my waypoint. Alright, so I'm going to head there, and will be back when we get there. Alright, so here we are at the bandit armory. I did, see that it's kind of late in the day. It's almost morning, so what I might do is just clear up there and kind of wait it out. This guy's 85% rogue. Definitely gonna grab that one. So let me take these guys out. I'll show you the weapons while we're doing this. So we have the new ability for the crossbow, which is this. It's a rain of arrows type of thing. Oh, it's hard to hit her. So yeah, the rain of arrows is pretty nice. Good AoE. I use this for some things, like if it's a slow-moving mob. And then the axes is just a dash attack. Oh, we get a whetstone. So we need the whetstones. You actually probably will get a lot of whetstones from just going to this boss than you probably will from using the copper and stuff that you have at your base at this point in time. It's worth coming here just to farm up whetstones, even if you're not actually killing the boss. There's a new ring. We have the Dawn Runner. Let me just break all this stuff since we have a little bit of time left. I'll probably just skip the rest of this fight just so that we're not spending a lot of time of me just breaking boxes and looting things and then killing other mobs. So I'll be back when I am ready to fight the boss. Alright, we are back, and I made it all the way up to Grayson, the armorer. He is, in fact, in this little square here in the bandit armory. I did actually upgrade my blood pool to 90% from, I think it was 85% is what I had last. So what we're going to do is start off this fight. I'm going to start off ranged, if I can hit him. So his thing is, he throws these little things out in the ground, these traps, spike traps. And they will like keep you, and then he grabs you and pulls you in. They will stun you and stop you from moving. So in order to counteract this, you have to equip these armor pieces, and they give you immunity to everything. So you're immune to damage, immune to the trap effects. So you can just run over these traps at this point in time and clear out a bunch of them. That's it, really. He'll summon some people. Yeah, this is... You can also block it. Wow, that's a very long wind-up for him. Yeah, you just want to dodge that ability, his grab ability. Because that is what will pull you through a bunch of traps and cause you to take a lot of damage. So I usually just wait till he gets a big pile of them like this, and then I just run on through him. You want to do it right after he does it, just because if you clear him out, he'll do them again, and then you have a bunch more on the ground. And you obviously can't get all of them, but you can get enough of them. Get some blood orbs. Doesn't do a ton of damage, even though I'm like higher than level than he is. But even then, he doesn't do a ton of damage. And really, that's about it. You just dodge the grabs. And don't worry about the ads, he just constantly spawns those ads. Yeah, not too bad. Do it all in, oh man, his aim is really bad. But you can do this all with ranged weapons, because he's slow, he doesn't have any dashes, doesn't have any special ranged abilities other than the grab. That's it though. We got the gloves. I think we already have the gloves, don't we? Yeah, we already have the gloves. So we can get rid of that book later. We did get another jewel for Aftershock. You know what? I actually might switch to Aftershock. I actually like a lot of the chaos abilities. So he gave us this ability, which is the Phantom Aegis, which is... it's just a shield. This is really good for like support. Like if you're playing with somebody else and you have support, you can put this shield on an ally or yourself. So if you have somebody tanking damage, you throw this shield on them constantly and they're going to be able to absorb a lot of damage. So if you're kind of a support player, that's a really good one. So we have this jewel slotted. Here's a socket. If I get a new jewel that's better than this one, like there's different tiers. This is tier 1. Tier 2 gives you 2 abilities or 2 bonuses. And I can just click that jewel and it will replace this one. And I get this one back. So I can give it to somebody else if I was playing with somebody else. Or I can actually just dismantle it in a devourer chest. But this will, you can constantly upgrade these. So if you get a new gem, even if it's a skill you're not using, you can just slot it up and then eventually if you use that skill, it'll already have the gem in there. Or the jewel. Alright, so that's going to be that boss. It is... okay, it's halfway through the night. So the next boss is going to... let's see where the next boss is. Might be able to go run to him. So we can track him. He is Goreswine. He gives us the Gravedigger ring, which is going to be nice. Alright, let's see. Oh, okay, this way. So he's this way. Follow our tool. He's going to be at this graveyard then, which is actually pretty far away. So he's here now. What I'm going to do is probably just head back to the base, and then we'll have to tackle him the next night. I will do that, and probably do a little bit of farming until it's daytime, then we can head that way. So I will see you back at the base. Alright, here we are back at the base. We did have a few things that I wanted to go through. One of those is going to be creating the... it's going to be the grinder. So we need the copper and some planks. Copper, planks. Well, my bags are still full. Let's clear out some bags here. I didn't put anything back. This is what I farmed up. I also got these 2 books. Let's run those while we're here. So we got the Ring of the Dawn Runner. I think this is the Tanking Ring, if I'm not mistaken. Gives you more HP. And... oh, this is a repeat one, which we can get rid of later. I'm going to put that in this chest for now. Put all this other stuff that we got in the chest. We want to keep the fish. There are certain fish we need to keep that we don't want to get rid of. The gobies are... you want to definitely keep those. Those are used later on for the servants, for the prisoners. Yeah, so let's go ahead and make the grinder. And this is going to let us make stone bricks. And you need stone bricks in order to craft the castle components. So you need a lot of stone bricks, and you're also going to need a lot of lumber. So you want to make sure you have enough of that stuff farmed up. This probably is enough lumber. 180. I'm going to put this away. So we use these for upgrading our copper weapons to the next tier. So we'll definitely use those. So in order to start building the castle, we need to make the floors. You can make different types of floors. So you have like the, I guess, rough floors, the castle floors, which you can expand, and shows you different versions of that. As you can see, it takes 2 stone bricks per floor, plus some blood essence. So not too expensive. We'll get a lot of that pretty quickly. Then there's also other floors. There's workshop flooring, and the workshop flooring has a bonus to it. So anything that requires a workshop, I think it's going to be things like the lumber mill. Workshop flooring is the matching floor. So we get this bonus for putting down workshop floorings and putting the lumber mill in a room with only workshop floorings. Same thing goes with the workbench, I believe. That's forge, okay. At least this. I don't think the grinders. Okay, the grinders too. So we get better conversion rates. So instead of it taking 12, it takes 25% less, which gives us a nice bonus. And of course, if we actually have everything confined in a room, we get a speed increase. But as you can see, it's going to take a little bit of time for this. So either we are able to do the castle soon, or I'm going to go head for Goreswine, which last time I looked, he was heading to the other graveyard. So yeah, so he's at this graveyard right now. He just pathed all the way through here. So I guess we'll just I'll wait around and see what comes first. Okay, we're back, and I'm just gonna go and fight Goreswine. The stuff is still crafting up, so it looks like he's still in this graveyard. So we're gonna head to that graveyard. Have my little marker there so we can see the direction, the distance. So with this place, I definitely recommend killing these skeleton priests first. They summon mobs endlessly, and this also summons skeletons later on that explode for a lot of damage. So definitely kill those guys. And then these guys will just respawn. It's not a huge deal. Get some grave dust, which is what we're going to need a lot of to make the rings. We'll kill this one here. Alright, here's Goreswine. He's got a lot of people around him. I think we'll just try to take them all down beforehand. There's a lot of mobs here. You want to kill these skeleton priests first, for sure. Yeah, it's gonna get in the way, aren't they? He does a lot of explosions, a lot of AoE. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to switch to range for now. And hit him with that. I kind of like the sword for this guy, just because he moves around so much. You get off a lot more swings while you're fighting him. But you don't want to hit him when he's doing that because of all these explosions. You want to just keep dodging those explosions when he does that emote. And other than that, it's not too terrible. It just takes a little bit of time because he's always moving around, standing in his own AoE. Yeah, I think I'll just speed up this fight to the end. Alright, he's down. Let's see what we get. We get the ring for sure. We also, I believe, get the ability to, yeah, make the tombs and some different fences, but we get the ability to make the grave dust as well from bones. So the ring's gonna be important. It's another 3 points. Definitely put us over into the 30s. Before you leave this area, make sure you loot all the crypts here. Sometimes you get grave dust in those as well. I think I'm gonna grab some stuff in here and check all the chests and then head back to the base. That's 2 bosses down in this episode. Alright everyone, we're back at the base and here's the grinder. It's been grinding away. I got a decent amount of stone bricks that I can use to build this castle with. Probably gonna build it in against this wall. This wall you can't really get, you know, it's unusable. So it seems like a good place to start. You can expand from that. So I'm gonna build some workshop flooring, which actually is pretty cheap. It uses planks instead of stone. So this uses stone brick. And we're gonna need a lot of stone brick for the walls and stuff. So I'm gonna start off with this workshop flooring. First, let me build a couple of tiles here. So we can connect to, it has to be connected to the castle heart. So we have to build from that point. And we can move the castle heart to build from there. But it has to be connected to flooring. So I'm just going to start with our existing flooring, which is this right here. Build a couple of floors. And then probably build the workshop flooring for like a little room. I like the long planks. There's different variations of workshop flooring and like different kind of floors. So this is where we can put our... I need to cut this tree down. Sometimes it'll tell you can't build here. It's usually because something's blocking it. Like this tree. Sun's getting close. Okay, so... yeah, there's different kinds of flooring. So we have the 5-finger work boards, okay, and then we have the long boards. I like the long boards, kind of like gives it a floor, like a natural looking floor. And these ebon floors look like nice stone bricks. So we have our little square room. We can just put up the walls now. We can only make 4 walls because we only have enough brick for 4 walls. That's going to take us 8 walls. So let's see. Actually, we can make more walls than that, right? Oh yeah, it's gonna let me make more walls. I need to move some of this stuff out the way. You just click on it and move it. And so a room consists of all the walls, and it also can include a doorway, so an entrance. So let's get some more bricks. You always want to have at least 1 doorway. And then you want to fill the rest of it up with walls. As you can see, it takes 10 stone bricks, 6 planks per wall. So you're going to be spending a lot of time grinding stuff down. The reason why I like doing the workshop floor first is because we can throw the grinder in there and get the bonuses for it once it's completed. So I'm going to put that in here. I'm going to put this in here too. These 2 get bonuses for this particular flooring. We don't get the bonuses yet because the room's not enclosed, but we will get it once we finish these last 2 walls, which is just requiring this slow process of grinding. Oh, there's some bricks right there. Alright, so we can make 1 more wall, and then we just need 1 more after that. And let's see. There we go. We also got the ability to craft more of the whetstones. So it takes 1 copper ingot, and then it takes 12 stone dust, and stone dust comes from grinding down these bricks. So I wouldn't throw away the stone dust as you get it, just because you're definitely going to need a lot more whetstones. If we look at the list here, use whetstones to craft scourge stones. You're going to be using the whetstones long after you're done with this has like a crafting component for gear. You're going to be using it to craft the scourge stones, and scourge stones are used a lot in the next zone. So you're going to definitely want to keep the whetstones, and definitely you're going to be crafting a lot of these eventually. So I wouldn't feel too bad about overcrafting these right now. And that's why you don't want to throw away your dust. So I'm going to put some in here, and it'll start crafting them up. These are very cheap. They used to be really expensive, but you get 2 of them now, so it actually makes it pretty cheap to make. Okay, so let's see where we are with this. I just want to show you the bonuses and how that works once we're done. I need 4 more. Alright, I'm going to let this grind up and we'll be back. Alright, we're back. We have our 10 stone bricks now. I want to show you this bonus. It now costs 12 for 1 brick. When we close this off, now a complete room. So this is a completed castle room. It puts a roof on it automatically for you once you complete it, and it gets darker obviously. So now you know that it's completed. And now we get all these bonuses now. So now it costs 9 instead of 12 to make these, and it costs 48 instead of 64. So we get these bonuses, and it's faster. So this is why you want to use your grinder first, and then of course your lumber. You want to put your building items in here in the room first, just so you at least get the speed bonus, even if you don't have the correct flooring for it yet. So that's going to be this part of the quest done. We did unlock castle waygates, which is a way to travel to these gates, these vampire waygates, from our own castle. So you don't have to actually be, parked, next to one of these. You can just make your own within your castle walls or your boundaries. But we'll do that in the next episode. So we completed 2 bosses. We got the 2 level 27 bosses, Goreswine and Grayson. We unlocked some important things like the whetstone and the ring, which we'll craft later, as well as the grave dust recipe. So we'll get to that in a future episode. But for now, that's going to be it. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.